We bought an F150 for the shop, and we use it all day, all week, moving parts around, picking stuff up, and we're gonna build it up and start using it on the weekends and have some fun with it. I've never assembled suspension before.
I'll just let you do it. I'll talk you through it.
Use a hammer or something like that.
Something like that.
We're down at Lolo Overland in Troutdale, about to move to Sandy.
Take two.
We just came down to Camp Lolo. I'm talking to Philip here. I kind of laid up, like, we've got the shop truck, we put the camper on the stock suspension, and it's riding really well on the road, but we want to start getting it out on the weekends, and we also tow a trailer with it multiple times a week. So reached out to Philip and asked for recommendations on what he thought a good suspension package would be for the truck to kind of cover all those use cases.
I think there's a ton of really good options for the F-150, but specifically what you guys are using the truck for as a daily driver, sometimes towing things and wanting to get out, in the dirt and the weekend as well. The TerraFlex Falcon suspension with the tow haul sport mode is a perfect combination for you guys. Whenever you're towing with it, you can actually lock the piggybacks in the rear, which will give you a little bit more stiffness and preserve that ride height.
That's cool. I'm excited about that haul feature.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. When you're doing a lift like this as well, it's not necessary that you have to adjust other components like upper control arms, but if you do, you're gonna get a much better alignment, which is gonna give you better tire wear. And speaking of which, we went with 35-inch tires, which are a plus size tire for this vehicle. So the extra caster adjustment with the SPC control arms we picked, it's gonna suit it perfect.
Sweet. This is going great, man.
This is gonna be your rear shock.
This setup, we reuse the factory springs and the factory top hats.
Cool.
So we'll need to remove those from the truck before we can assemble those.
Cool.
First, you're gonna start by removing the tires.
Okay.
How long did it take kind of work?
28 years? 28 years? Yeah, I started at good old Les Schwab when I was 17. So what I usually start with is the brake lines and the ABS lines. So you want to remove those from the frame and from the knuckle.
Okay.
And those are 10 mil. There you go.
How's he doing so far, Drew?
He's actually doing quite well. He hasn't cussed yet, and his fingers aren't bloody yet.
All good things with time.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
What that does is when you pull the knuckle out to get the strut out, it doesn't pull the axle out of the joints.
Got
So
it.
it leaves the axle
So you're
alone.
not, you're not tugging on it.
When the axle pulls out of the joint on the inside of the boot, it's really hard to try to get it lined back up, put back in there.
So that's actually what's holding the axle in.
Yes, yeah, and the hub bearing together.
Got it.
So go ahead and stop right here. What you'll want to do is grab this under the spring and then pull this down so that doesn't pop up when you get that loose, and then the steering knuckle doesn't hit you in the chest.
That sounds great.
And then grab the top of the knuckle.
Here?
That one, and then just slowly let the pressure up. Okay, and then when this falls out, you want to make sure that the axle falls out as well, like that.
Got it. Okay.
There you go.
Sweet.
And that's why we take the ABS lines and everything off.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't tear anything.
It doesn't tear anything. Now you're gonna grab this guy again, and you're gonna pop these studs out of the control arm. So you're gonna pry down.
Okay.
And then up. Yep, just pry it down.
And no need to catch anything?
Nope.
All right. Oh, I see. I'm just fighting.
If you need a bigger pry bar, there you
There
go.
we go.
There you go. You can do that on the other side too.
So that I'm just freeing it up. I'm not actually.
That's why I leave that nut on the top. Take the strut out, take the top of the nut off. There you go. Save the nut.
Sweet.
Put it
Right
up there.
side.
Yep. And then let's take it straight over to the strut compressor over there by the door.
What is this thing, Drew?
Strut compressor. So we don't have to be weird and use the 2-post to compress the spring and take the nut off. It's kind of sketchy.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of forces.
Leave that just like it is because you're going to be putting the new strut in, so there's no reason to get the pressure off there.
Deconfigure it. Cool.
So let's go look at our shocks now.
Why is this one so much bigger than that one?
So this is progressive.
Oh,
so
cool.
it ramps up.
This one isn't meant to use all the travel of the strut.
Got it.
So that one's actually made to use the travel of the strut.
Got it.
So you get more of a cushion in there instead of a...
Cool.
So now you grab that and we'll go back over to the strut compressor. The top's flat, but the bottom's not. So basically the spring goes around. Okay, there's that.
Sweet. You did pretty good, Drew.
Set that on the bench for now.
Okay.
Most of the time you want to hold the bottom of the strut. So when
This is going to just drop it.
it could, yeah. Most of the time.
That makes sense.
There you go, yeah.
There it goes.
Yep. And then you can toss that over there in the scrap pile. All right, yeah, there you go. Okay, now take it out of there.
Sweet.
Okay, now we'll come over here and do the control arm. The reason why we're doing the upper control arms now is because once you put the strut in, you can't get that bolt out.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I like the SPCs because they're a solid control arm instead of the factory Ford hollow control arm where they tried to save some weight. And this is going to be the first thing that bends in an accident because it's hollow. And it's a fixed ball joint, so there's no adjustments in this at all. Where this one here, these have Johnny joints in them. They're not Johnny joints, but they're like that. And for all the people that do this for the first time, there is a square thing and a round thing. So make sure that the washer goes in the round part because some people do get these in upside down and that won't be adjustable. Can also be adjusted for caster. Move this in the orientation of whichever way if you wanted more caster or less caster.
Oh, cool.
But for alignment purposes, I always set it right in the center and all the way out. Caster is the orientation of the upper ball joint to the lower ball joint. The less caster that you have, the freer your steering wheel is, and it won't return to center.
Got it.
The more caster that you have, you can let go of the steering wheel and it turns back to caster faster, and it's a lot stiffer for on-road driving.
Yeah.
You don't get bump steer.
Tracks more.
Yeah, you get bump steer with less caster.
Got it.
So there's that. Go ahead and put that one in.
Ah, thank you.
If you had a fixed bushing like that upper control arm, the factory one, you wouldn't be able to do that. So that's what your articulation is in those joints in the bushings.
So is it fair to say there's like a bearing in there that gives it?
It's like a Johnny joint. There's a ball in there, and it allows it to move inside the bushing.
Got it.
So it's like a 3-piece bushing instead of a 1-piece bushing like the rubber ones.
Got it.
Let me get the first one started.
I'm not used to
Electric impacts.
an impact like that.
Gonna have to use some muscles to get that lower fastener in. Good
You
luck
want to
with
just
that.
press up?
Yep.
Is that the
Yep, just press
deal?
it up.
And this one came through that way?
Yep. We'll put that on after you get the shock in.
Cool, okay.
I'll hold it up there for you.
Yeah. Where's that fastener? All right.
So that's done.
Did we do it?
And then for the bump stop, that also has a symbol on it.
Sweet.
So you want to dab a little bit of this on your finger
Okay.
and spread it around there.
It's like getting Crosby in the bathtub. Come on, buddy.
Oh, you got it. Sweet. All right. I was going to show you the easy way to do it, but
What's the easy way? I'm curious. Yeah, I think it's seated. Yeah, that's better. It's just a better way to do it.
this slides in behind this bracket. Now this is a bump stop
Oh, it's a loading
bracket.
pad.
And that's going to go back in that hole.
How are you feeling about this?
I'm psyched about it. I think it's going to be awesome. It's fun to do. I'm real curious to see what it does with the trailer between those settings. What is the actual, is it like liquid in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Kind of like a hydraulic fluid,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that's the end of the install, and now we're doing the new tires.
Cool. Thanks, Drew. That was fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're a good coach.
I want to see how you get the tires on, and I'll show you how I get the tires on.
All right. I'm gonna take the sticker off just because that's my
Pet peeve.
pet peeve.
You don't want to go down the road. Let's with your back.
These things are no joke.
Oh, wait.
Oh, don't help him. There it is.
And just like rotate it or something and just
I do love the smell of
so like, oh, yeah, I love
Yeah, you've done it before.
Yeah. So you actually want to get it up on like on your chest.
All right.
So grab it like this.
There you go.
Sweet.
It is a tricky thing to get all, what
Yeah.
is it, 6 of them? Hey-o. Yeah. Sounds like a whale. I don't think it's gonna fit, is where I'm at on it. What do you think, Drew? Is it gonna fit?
Sure.
Cool. Maybe it'll fit. It's all good on everything. I'm just not sure about the muffler. Ah, it's gonna fit, man. This is gonna fit. Yeah, I think we're good.
How about the wiring harness on the rear differential?
It's just barely touching one of them, and it's up against the frame on this side. Thanks for walking me through upgrading the suspension on the Ford. And you mentioned a few things about alignment and how like not just any shop can do alignment properly after you've upgraded your suspension. Would you mind explaining why that is?
So on your particular truck, we replaced the upper control arms, and they have way more adjustment than a factory a control arm would have. So you need somebody that's knowledgeable with that control arm and able to make the proper adjustments for a lifted application. So your truck's not factory anymore, so you don't require a factory alignment. Now you need a special alignment.
Got it.
So, and I can go ahead and take care of that for you now.
Cool. Well, thanks. I guess we did it. And,
Yeah, no problem. Let's do
appreciate
it again
man. That was
sometime.
fun. I'd love to.
Buy another truck.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, I'll see you guys later.